Thank you for joining me again. This is Staton. I like to dig right on into what we're going to talk about today for encouraging words. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one statement at a time instead of trying to combine them all because some people's attention span is really not that long. But I had someone ask, why is it that Christians' love towards one another is starting to wax cold? Well, first of all, I like to say some people don't know what love is. Um, if you had actually seen Christians respond to one another or even to respond to other people, sometimes they responding based on their attitude, based on how they feel, based on if their husbands got them upset today, based on if the money is not right in the house. I mean, their emotions just take over everything. But what they're supposed to be responding from is what their state lives in them, God, because God is love. And I know we have our days, yes, we do. But for someone to ask a question, they had to either see it or they actually have to be a person that's actually receiving, on the receiving end of some of that behavior. Not good, not good. I see Muslims, I see even Chinese people. I see different other religions that actually they display what they are. You can tell a Muslim if you see one. And you can tell a monk if you can see one. We are in the world, but not of the world. And I don't mean just by our physical clothing. I mean the behavior, the mentality, the speech, you get in a conversation with them. And I don't mean everything is amen, 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 amen. Someone said, why is the Christians waxing cold with their love towards one another? That has nothing to do with any of that. It has to get better. It has to be more than about the clothes. And Coach Ray, she's awesome because I love the fact on Easter, she had her church do the red shirts representing the blood of Christ, and then you got to decorate your own jeans. Hey, that cut out, that right there for who had the baddest suit on for that Sunday. Because it keeps you in the focus of what you're really coming to church for. Let's not lose the focus that people are killing themselves and people are killing babies and people are just dying left and right, and everybody's trying to go to the mall to figure out what pair of shoes gonna match their suit for Sunday. Enough of all of this. Enough. And I don't believe God is pleased at all with ones that are doing that. Everybody's not doing that. And then some people are working from the flesh. I'm going to see, can I get this in before this thing cuts off on me? And I will continue this later. But whatever you feed the most is what's going to respond. If you feed your flesh, it's going to respond first to a person and to an individual and in a situation. If you feed your spirit, it's going to respond to a person or a situation. If that lady just cussed you out, you've had a situation where you were really, really reading your word and you're getting your prayer in, really tight, getting close to God, and then someone says something to you that would normally carry you from 0 to 100, and you go, you have a good day, and you walk away. Okay? Then have you noticed when you haven't been reading and you haven't been praying and you haven't really been getting as close to the Lord as you wanted to, and that person says that to you and you go, look, wait a minute, let me tell you something because you don't know who I am. Whichever one you feed the most is going to be the first one to respond. I'm going to leave you with that thought. And always, I love you. Take care.